We just played a gig with Casual. There's this new batch of casinos opening up here in New Hampshire. It's Revo Casinos.
Casinos.
They're lovely people there, and I look forward to playing at their venues time and time again. Like, it's going to be great. But we played our first one at this casino in a town called Lebanon, New Hampshire, which like in the middle of the night with no traffic is probably 90 minutes from the guy who lives closest. The guy who lives farthest is probably 2 and change. I'm sort of in the middle of that. But we drove there in a snowstorm during Friday night traffic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. However, that was not the start of the process that made us decide that place is just too far for us. They're new. They're getting their legs underneath them. They're learning how to communicate their logistics and all of this. So everybody that we've dealt with is totally fine. But there were some interesting things. This gig's on Friday. I had a crazy week. I had a gig 2 hours south of me on Thursday night. So I did it. I went 2 hours south on Thursday night, 2 hours north on Friday night, fine. These are decisions I made. I said yes to these gigs. Yeah. It's fine. No problem. And on Wednesday night, right before my mayhem is about to begin, we get a request from the club. Hey, can you send along a stage plot? Somehow, and I see this as opportunity, somehow Casual Gravity has gotten to the point where they are, and I say the point where they are because they did it without me, but the point where we are now, making great money for gigs, triple what other bands make as a minimum, all this great stuff without ever even being asked for or having to create a stage plot, which blew my mind.
Yeah.
And they're like, we don't even know what to do. And I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so much potential in this band. If we haven't ever even been asked for this, the sky is open. Like, this is great. But I'll make the stage plot. I know we need it quickly. So I cobbled together a stage plot for this band. Fine. While I'm doing that, they get another message. Oh, yeah, by the way, when we booked the gig, full PA and sound engineer. Great. Okay. House has it. No problem. Great. We don't know anything. We've never seen this room before because no one has. The place hasn't even opened yet. Yeah, so if you need more than 6 channels of inputs, you're going to need to bring your own mixer.
Well, let's count them up. Yep, we do.
Yep. And it's like, well, they're like, yeah, we only put vocals in the house. And it's like, well, whatever goes in the house is fine, but we're all on in-ears here. So everything has to be mic'd. Otherwise, there's no sound. So it was like, okay, great. This band has never done its own sound before. And now with 48 hours notice, we're doing our own sound.
Yeah.
Yep. Because there's not time, nor is there budget to hire an engineer, right, for this particular gig. It just, again, I don't blame the club. They're figuring this stuff out. Probably when they booked us, they thought that the gear was going to be different, and then it gets built out, and here's what it is. Okay, fine. No problem. So I was like, okay, great. Well, I would have loved to have more time and a rehearsal to prepare for this, but I don't. So now I sit down in the time I don't have and build out a mix on my mixer so that build out a scene on my mixer so that I'm not doing this while we're setting up at the club. It's all ready to go. And it worked out fine. We gave them stereo outs and basically mixed the show from the stage. Not basically, 100% mixed the show from the stage. And it was great. They want to have us back. We told them this is probably too far, but we'll go to your other locations. They're like, great. Everybody was really nice. It was totally fine. But, it's just one of those, here we are. And we get there. This is the strangest thing. I've seen it maybe in movies, but I've never done this. We get there. I walk in the door. Okay, here's the door in. Okay, here's the door to the stage. Okay, we bring our stuff in. I walk out on stage, and I am literally above the bar. Mm-hmm. There's bottles of liquor right at the front of the stage. So the people sitting at the bar are in the front row. And the bartenders are like our bouncers between the barricade and the stage.
I've only seen that online and in movies before. I've never actually seen that in person.
I know. I was like, this is what?